The question of how life began has fascinated humanity for centuries. It's one of the most profound mysteries we face. We look around at the living world, teeming with complexity and beauty, and we wonder, how did it all start? Was it a spark of divine creation, or a natural process that led from lifeless matter to the first living cell? In this video, we're going to explore the origin of life, diving deep into the scientific theories, groundbreaking discoveries, and the ongoing search to unlock this ancient enigma. Hello and welcome. If you've ever looked up at the night sky or walked through a dense forest and pondered where life came from, you're not alone. Over the years, many brilliant minds have tried to answer this question. In today's video, we'll break down the latest scientific theories on the origin of life, and we'll touch on some fascinating ideas that challenge our understanding of biology, chemistry, and the very nature of existence. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's embark on this journey to explore the origins of life. Section 1. The big mystery. Life, in all its forms, is everywhere. In the air, in the oceans, in the soil, and in us. But how did this vast, interconnected web of living things come into existence? It's a question that has perplexed scientists, philosophers, and theologians alike. For centuries, different cultures offered their own explanations. Many religious traditions spoke of divine creation, God or gods bringing life into being. But with the rise of modern science, particularly in the 19th and 20th centuries, humans began to explore more naturalistic explanations for the origin of life. Today, we'll be focusing on those scientific theories and discoveries. Section 2. Early theories and the spark of scientific curiosity. The quest to understand life's origins dates back to the 17th century, when scientists like Antony van Leeuwenhoek first looked through microscopes at tiny organisms, sparking curiosity about the microscopic world. However, it wasn't until the 19th century that a major shift occurred. In 1859, Charles Darwin's On the Origin of Species proposed the theory of evolution by natural selection, suggesting that life, as we know it, evolved over billions of years from simpler organisms. This offered a framework for understanding how life changed, but it didn't answer how it started. Then came the famous debate between spontaneous generation and abiogenesis. The theory of spontaneous generation held that life could emerge from non-living matter, decaying food, for example. In the mid-1800s, Louis Pasteur's experiments definitively disproved this idea, showing that life could only arise from other life, setting the stage for more questions about how the first living organism emerged. Section 3. The Miller-Urey experiment and the spark of life. One of the most important milestones in the search for life's origins came in 1953 with the groundbreaking experiment by Stanley Miller and Harold Urey. They wanted to simulate the conditions of the early Earth to see if life could emerge from simple chemicals. Miller and Urey created a closed system with a mixture of water, methane, ammonia, and hydrogen, gases thought to have been present in the early Earth's atmosphere. They then passed electric sparks through the mixture to simulate lightning, a source of energy that could have been common at the time. After a week, the result was astonishing. Amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, had formed. This experiment was a major breakthrough, suggesting that under the right conditions, life's building blocks could emerge from simple chemicals. While it didn't prove that life itself had originated this way, it opened up new possibilities for understanding how life might have started. Section 4. Theories of chemical evolution. Following Miller and Urey's discovery, scientists began to develop several theories to explain how the first living organisms might have arisen from these simple molecules. One such theory is known as chemical evolution. Chemical evolution proposes that, over time, simple molecules like amino acids and nucleotides, subunits of proteins and DNA, could have come together in complex ways to form larger molecules. These larger molecules might have eventually self-replicated, marking the first step towards life. In particular, RNA, a molecule similar to DNA, is considered a key player in these theories. RNA is capable of both storing genetic information and catalyzing chemical reactions, which makes it a strong candidate for the precursor to life. This has led to the idea of an RNA world, where life began with RNA molecules that could replicate themselves before the more stable DNA took over. But how did these simple molecules evolve into fully functioning cells? That brings us to another important piece of the puzzle, the formation of cell membranes. Section 5. The formation of the first cells. While simple molecules like amino acids and RNA could form in the primordial soup of the early Earth, life as we know it requires something more, a way to contain and protect these molecules. Enter the cell membrane. Cell membranes are made of lipid molecules, which, when placed in water, naturally arrange themselves into structures called lipid bilayers. These bilayers form a barrier that separates the inside of a cell from its environment, allowing for a controlled environment where chemical reactions can occur more efficiently. The theory is that these lipid bilayers could have formed spontaneously in the early Earth's conditions, creating primitive vesicles that encapsulated molecules like RNA. Over time, these vesicles could have evolved into simple cells, which, given the right conditions, could have undergone natural selection and started to evolve into more complex forms of life. Section 6. Alternative theories. Life from space. While the theory of chemical evolution and the origin of life on Earth is the most widely accepted, it's not the only possibility. Some scientists have proposed that life might have originated elsewhere in the universe and then traveled to Earth. This idea is known as panspermia. Panspermia suggests that microscopic life, or the building blocks of life, could have hitchhiked on comets or meteors, arriving on Earth and kickstarting the process of evolution here. While there's no definitive evidence to support panspermia, it raises fascinating questions about whether life could exist elsewhere in the universe. In fact, recent discoveries of organic molecules on comets and in the atmosphere of distant planets have reignited interest in this theory. Could life have originated far beyond our own planet? Section 7. The search continues. Despite decades of research, we still don't have a conclusive answer to the question of how life began. However, new discoveries continue to shed light on the possibilities. For example, in recent years, researchers have found that life may have begun not on dry land, but in the deep, hot waters near hydrothermal vents on the ocean floor. These vents, where hot water and minerals pour from the Earth's crust, could have provided the right environment for the first life forms to emerge. The heat, combined with the availability of chemicals like hydrogen and sulfides, might have created a perfect chemical cocktail for life to begin. With missions to other planets, such as NASA's Perseverance rover on Mars, and the study of extremophiles, organisms that can survive in extreme conditions here on Earth, scientists are closer than ever to understanding the conditions that could foster life elsewhere in the universe. Conclusion. Reflecting on the mystery, the origin of life is one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in science. From chemical evolution and the RNA world hypothesis to the possibility of life arriving from space, we've explored just a few of the many theories that attempt to explain how we came to be. But in many ways, the mystery is part of the beauty. As we continue to search for answers, we find ourselves not only learning more about the universe around us, but also about the nature of life itself. As we look to the stars, the question remains: are we truly alone in the universe, or is life out there waiting to be discovered? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. The quest for the origin of life is a journey that continues to inspire, challenge, and captivate us. OUTRO. Closing scene. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think life began here on Earth, or could it have come from elsewhere? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring the unknown and come back for another Mystery of Humanity.